Welcome to my channel Lotus Notes TV. Today we are going to show you the interview question for AWS Kubernetes interview question and answer for 2022. First question is, what is Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, Amazon EKS? Amazon EKS is a managed service that make it easy for you to run Kubernetes on AWS without installing operating your own Kubernetes control panel and worker nodes. What is Kubernetes? Kubernetes is an open source container orchestration systems allow you to deploy and manage containerized application at a scale. Kubernetes arrange container into a logical grouping for management and discoverability, and then launch them into the cluster of Amazon Elastic Compute EC2 instances. Using Kubernetes, you can run containerized application including the microservices, batch processing worker, and platform as a service PaaS using the same tool set on premises and in the cloud. Why should I use Amazon EKS? Amazon EKS provisions that scale the Kubernetes control plan, including the applications programming interface APIs and server backend persistence layer across multiple AWS availability zone is that for high availability and fault tolerance. Amazon EKS automatically detect and replace unhealthy control panel in node and patch control panel. You can run EKS using AWS Fargates, which provide the serverless compute for container, and Fargates remove the need to provision the managed service, let you specify the pay for resource per application, and improve the security through the application isolation by the design. How does Amazon EKS work? Amazon EKS work by the provisioning, starting managing the Kubernetes control pan and work node for you. At the high level, Kubernetes consists of two major components: a cluster of worker nodes running on the container, and a control panel managing where container are started on your cluster while they're monitoring their status. Without Amazon EKS, you have to run both Kubernetes control plane and the cluster of worker node yourself. With Amazon EKS, you provision your worker nodes using a single command in the EKS console. The command line interface CLI, yeah, API. AWS handles provisioning, scaling, and managing Kubernetes control panel in the high available and secure configuration. This remove the significant operating burden and allow you to focus on your building application instead of managing infrastructure, AWS infrastructure. When the operating system does Amazon EKS support? Amazon EKS support Kubernetes compatible Linux 86 ARM and Windows Server operating systems distributions. Amazon EKS provides optimized AMI for Amazon Linux 2 and Windows Server 2019. EKS optimized AMI other Linux operating systems such as Ubuntu and are available for the operating vendors. Does Amazon EKS work with existing Kubernetes applications and tools? Amazon EKS run the open source Kubernetes software, so you can use all the existing plugins and tools from the Kubernetes community. Applications running on Amazon EKS are fully compatible with applications running on any standard Kubernetes environment, whether running in the premises data center, public cloud. This means that you are easily to migrate any standard Kubernetes application to Amazon AKS without any node modifications. Does Amazon AKS work with the AWS Forgets? Yes, you can run the Kubernetes application as a serverless container using AWS Forgets and AWS EKS. What is the Amazon EKS add-on? EKS add-on let you enable the manage Kubernetes operational software, which provide capabilities like ob- observability, scaling, networking, AWS cloud resource integrations for your EKS cluster. At the launch, EKS add-on support controlling at the launch the version of the AWS VPC CNI plugin and throughout EKS API. Why should I use EKS add-on? EKS add-ons provide one-click installations management of the Kubernetes operating system software. So grow from cluster creation of the running application in a single command, which easily keep the operating system software required for your cluster up to date. This ensures your Kubernetes cluster are secure and stable and reduce the amount of work needed to start and manage the productions ready to Kubernetes cluster on AWS. Can I update my Kubernetes cluster to any new version? Yes, Amazon's EKS performed manage an in-place cluster upgrade to both Kubernetes and Amazon EKS platform version. This simplified cluster operating systems let you take the advantage of the latest Kubernetes features, as well as the updates of Amazon EKS configurations and security patches. What is the EKS? What is an EKS platform version? E- Amazon EKS platform version presenting the capability of the cluster control panel and such as which Kubernetes API services flag are enabled, as well as the current Kubernetes patches version. Each Kubernetes meter versions has one more associated Amazon EKS platform version. The platform versions for different Kubernetes meter versions are independent. Why should I want to manual control over the Kubernetes version update? New version of Kubernetes introduce significant changes to Kubernetes APIs, which can be change application behavior. Manual control over the Kubernetes cluster versioning lets you test applications against new version of the Kubernetes before you're upgrading the production cluster. Amazon EKS offer ability to choose when you are introducing the change to your EKS cluster. How do I update my worker nodes? AWS publish EKS optimize Amazon machine image AMI. That includes necessary work node binaries, Docker and Kubernetes. This AMI updated regularly and including the most up-to-date version of this component. You can update your EKS managed nodes to the latest version of the EKS Optimize AMI with a single command in the EKS console API. API and CLI. How much does the EKS cost? You pay $0.10 per hour for each AKS cluster you created, and for an AWS resource you create to run Kubernetes worker node. You only pay what you use as you use it. There is no minimum fees, no upfront commitment. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and like this video.